Hello everyone. Let us begin the class on valuation of redeemable debentures. As we all know, a redeemable debenture has the two primary features. Number one, regular interest payment by the company. That means as a debenture holder, you will get interest payment at a regular interval. The regular interval may be yearly or half yearly. That is the one feature. Another feature of redeemable debenture is it has got a definite maturity period. That means at the end of the maturity period, maturity value is received by the debenture holder. So from the angle of a debenture holder, the one who is holding the debenture, he gets the interest payment at yearly interval or half yearly interval, and at the end of the maturity period, he receives the maturity value. That means if you look at from the angle of time value fundamental, this regular interest payment is like an annuity. As you remember, annuity means any series of payment in which each time you get the same amount at a regular interval for a definite time period. Let me repeat it once again. Annuity practically means that a series of payment in which each payment is same. Each payment is alike. Payment is same, number one. Number two, regular interval. It may be yearly, half yearly or something like that, or monthly. And then it continues for a finite time period. Finite duration. It means we can say the interest which is received by the debenture holder by holding the debenture is like an annuity. Number one. And number two, maturity value will come only once. It means what we can do, value of debenture for a debenture holder or for an investor who is planning to buy the debenture is nothing but the present value of both of these things. The present value of annuity and present value of this maturity value. So 1 plus 2 will make it equal to the value of debenture. Now this value means this is the maximum value which he is ready to pay. And we calculate the present value of the interest as well as maturity value by keeping into consideration R. R is the required rate of return by the investor. If suppose R is 7%, that means investor is expecting 7% returns while investing in these debentures or bonds. Now if we estimate the value turns out to be for a particular debenture, let us say 95 rupees. It means if this debenture holder buys the debentures at 95 rupees, holds it till maturity, receives the interest and the maturity payment, he will earn 7% return per annum. If price is more than 95, he will earn less than 7%. If price is less than 95, he will earn more than 7%. So exactly at 95, he will earn 7%, which is the rate we have used to calculate present value of the interest streams and the maturity value. Now let us have a recap of the, I hope that fundamental is clear to you. First thing, now let us have recap of the steps which are required for calculating present value of all these things, or we can say value of redeemable debenture. First thing is there, find out the I, that means interest amount. So I represents here the interest amount to be received every year by the debenture holder, which you can see, I have explained it on the bottom part of this slide, which tells us what are the different features. Like you can see, I is interest amount per annum. Firstly, I'm considering interest is paid every year. Then subsequently, when we progress further, we might have it half yearly payment of interest. So what will be the interest amount per year? To remind you, interest is the function of face value. That means for every debenture, you will have something called as face value. So we will calculate interest on the face value by applying the coupon rate or rate associated with the debenture. VD stands for value of debenture. So first thing, find out I. Then N we have to find out. N means the duration of the debentures, the time period for which debenture is held. 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, or 10 years. That is N. Then next we find out investors' expected rate of return. So we can say this is equal to R. So from different books, it will be different. Few people might label it as R, that is required rate of interest or return by the investor, or few people might label it as I. So I practically have used it as R. So you will read it as R. And then the maturity value, that means how much you are going to get back at the end of the period end. That will come only once. So these are the parameters, and the formula is simply like this. We will be applying this formula to find out value of the debenture. The first part which I am circling right now, which is being encircled right now, this will give you the PV of interest payment. This will give you PV of interest. Number one. And the second part which I am encircling right now, this will give you PV of maturity value. PV of maturity value. And both put together will become the value of debenture for this investor. Now to remind you, the value which we are going to calculate is the theoretical value or value as per the principles. In the market, market price might be the same, might be more than this, or might be less than this. That depends upon the demand and supply and many other factors. So whatever valuation we are going to do, there is the fundamental valuation, valuation as per the theoretical concept. It means if markets are in equilibrium, then this value will prevail. If markets are not in equilibrium, this value will not prevail or might not prevail. Now let us proceed further to calculate value of debenture. If you can see, we have a question, 8% rupees 200 debentures. So 8% is the coupon rate. So this is our coupon rate. As you know, coupon rate means rate associated with the debentures or which is paid by the company every year till the maturity. So we have, this is the coupon rate. Number one, 8%. This is the face value. That means if I calculate I, as told to you earlier also, I is the function of face value. So every year, debenture holder will get rupees 16 as interest. Rupees 16 as interest. So debenture is being issued by the company at a discount of, let me see what is the discount. At a discount of 2.5%. That means this is being issued to the public. So that is the issue price. Issue price by company equals to 200 minus 2.5% of the 200. So 2.5% of 200 is rupees 5. So we will get 195. We can verify it. So that is the way it will be there. Then this as a provision for redemption at a premium of 5%. That means maturity value or M is at 5% premium. So we will get 200 times 1.05. So 5% of that is 10. So 210 is the M. And at the end of 7 years, so N becomes 7 years. An investor has expected rate of return of 7%. So this is R in our case, 7%. Suggest him should he buy it or not. That means what we have to do, keeping these fundamentals into consideration, we have to find out is it worthwhile for this investor to buy these debentures or not from the company. Now what we will do, we will apply the fundamental. Value of debenture is simply I times PVIFA, that is present value interest factor for an annuity at 7% for 7 years, because R is 7%, maturity duration is 7 years. Then plus to that or addition to that will be maturity value, that is present value of maturity proceeds 210. That will be PVIF at the rate of 7% for 7th year. That is present value interest factor. This is for the lump sum value and that is for the annuity. So this factor is for annuity. This is annuity factor. And this is lump sum value factor. Lump sum value factor or single amount factor. Now what we can do, I'll give you the formula also to calculate PVIFA. How to calculate PVIFA? So PVIFA can be calculated like this: 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus R raised to the power of n whole divided by R. If I plug in the values in this formula, 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus R, R is 0.07. And coincidentally, n is also 7. Divided by R, 0.07. If we solve this, we will get PVIFA value at 7% for 7th year. PVIFA value at 7% for 7th year. So we can calculate this factor. So let us work it out. So we get it like this. I'll tell you the steps how I have solved it out. One minus 0.6227 divided by 0.07. That means what I have done, I have solved this part first. And if you remember in the previous classes also, I have told you how to solve it. So once again, we can do it. 1 divided by 1.07 raised to the power of 7. And now we make the further calculation. 1 minus 0.6227 divided by 0.07. We get it 5.39. We get it 5.39. Rounding off, I have done till 2 decimal places. And that's what is depicted to you at this place also. So either you can use the formula like I have done it, or you can refer to the time value table. How you will be referring to the time value table? Go to the PVIFA table, that is annuity table. On the top, you will find 7%. On this place, vertically, you will find 7 years. So this is N, and that is rate. At this place, exactly how we read the graph, you will find 5.39. Meaning of this 5.39 is that if you receive ₹1 every year continuously for 7 years, then the present value of all those 7 rupees is equal to 5.39. So that is the way annuity table is read. So 5.39 is the annuity factor. Then PVIF. Formula for PVIF is simple. PVIF formula, I am putting it here, is simply 1 upon 1 plus R raised to the power of n. And you can see this is the formula for PVIF. This is PVIF formula. So answer for this we have already got it, 0.6227. So we can round it off. Although I have rounded it off, 0.622, or we can say 0.623. That's approximation happens in sometimes when we use the Excel, approximation will come different. When we use the simple calculator, approximation will be different. And similarly for the scientific calculator, it will be different. So we got both the values, PVIFA as well as PVIF. Now what we can do, we can apply 16 is the interest received every year. 16 multiplied by 5.39 plus maturity value 210 multiplied by 0.622. So let us verify the values. 16 multiplied by 5.39, we get it 86.24, and then 210 multiplied by 0.622, 130.62. Sum total of that is 216.86. That means as per the fundamentals or the theoretical value of these debentures for this debenture holder is 216.86. That is the maximum he is ready to pay. So this is the maximum price for this investor. And how, at what price company is giving to him, and we can see issue price by the company is only 195. It means it is available at an economical price. That is, it is undervalued in the market or by the company. So he should buy it. So he should buy it because if he buys it at 195 from the company, he will have the returns more than 7%. More than 7%. So that is the way fundamental works for valuation of redeemable debentures. So what you have to keep into mind, you have to keep into mind the rate of interest is always applied on the face value. That means interest is the function of face value. Similarly, premium and discount also the function of face value. And that's what we have done so far. That's what we have done so far. Now we proceed further. We'll take one more practice on valuation of debenture. So let me get you the valuation of debenture practice. Now we take one more numerical, or rather we can go for the same numerical which we had earlier with us. Now the numerical is something like this. We have face value equal to 200. Coupon rate 8% per annum. N is 7. Maturity value we calculated 210. We have to make the valuation now for an investor who has R equal to 12%. And then secondly, we will be valuing it for the another investor who has got R equal to 5%. So in this case, what will be there? As you remember, I with us is rupees 16. So we will calculate value of debenture is equal to I multiplied with PVIFA at the rate of 12% for 7 years plus M multiplied with PVIF at the rate of 12% for 7th year. So let me work out the, first we can plot the values. It means it will be 16 multiplied by the factor plus 210 multiplied by the factor. Now we will work out PVI FA at 12% for 7th year. So it will be 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus 0.12. Because now R is 0.12 and remains the same, 7 divided by 0.12 divided by 0.12. So we will get the answer now. 1 minus, we can solve it out, 1 upon 1.12 is 0.452. So 1 minus 0.452 divided by 0.12. So 1 minus 0.452 divided by 0.12, we get 4.567. 4.567. This means if you receive rupee 1 every year for 7 years, present value of all those 7 rupees received across the 7 years is 4.567 at the rate of 12%. So here this will be put 4.567. And PVIF at the rate of 12% for 7th year is simply 1 upon 1.12 raised to the power of 7. So we will get the answer for this also. Although we already have the answer, it is 0.452. So we can multiply 210 by 0.452. This 0.452 means the rupee 1 received at the end of 7th year has the present value 0.452. So we get it 16 times 4.567. So value is 73.07. 73.07. And then next one is there with us, 210 multiplied by 0.452, we get 94.92. We'll sum up these two values. 167.99. So answer is rupees 167.99. Almost 168 rupees. So the investor who is expecting 12% return, he is ready to pay maximum 168 for this debenture. It means he should not buy it from the company. However, if it is available in the market at 168, he will be interested to buy it. Then we can proceed further. If the same numerical is there and R by an investor is simply 5%, then what will be the value of debenture for this investor? It will be 16 multiplied by PVIFA at 5% for 7 years plus 210 multiplied with PVIF at 5% for 7th year. So we will get it 16 times, if you put the formula 1 minus 1 upon 1.05, this is being raised to the power of 7, because 7 is the maturity duration, and divided by 1.05. So that will give you PV of interest, first part. To that we will add up maturity value multiplied with 1 upon 1.05 raised to the power of 7. Now we can get the answer for these two values. So let me work out the first one. 0.711. So we have, it means 210 multiplied by 0.711. 0.711. That will be the PV of maturity value. And then we can work out the another factor also. So it will be 1 minus 0.711 divided by 0.05. So 5.78. 5.78. That will give me PV of interest. Now we get it. (16 times 5.78), 92.48. And then for another one, 210 times 0.711, 149.31. Sum total of these two, 241.79. Now you can see the person who is expecting 5% returns, he is ready to pay 241.79. 241.7. That means the fundamental works now. How the fundamental works? The fundamental is simple regarding debentures. On one side we have coupon rate. On another side we have R, that is required rate of return. And then we have the value of debenture or price of debenture, which we can say. How it is worked out? Let us say, if you remember the first case, coupon rate has always remained 8%. We have done this numerical thrice. Once R was 7%, second time R was 12%, third time R was 5%. Price or value we calculated somewhere around 216. Then we found the value 168, and now somewhere around 241, if you remember. Let me check the value which we calculated, 241. Yes, it was 241. So now we can see the things. If R is less than coupon rate, value of the debenture will be more than face value. Value of the debenture will be more than face value. In our case, face value is 200. If R is more than the coupon rate, value of the debenture will be less than the face value. And you can see our face value was 200. Similarly, R is less than the coupon rate, value is more than face value. And lastly, I'll say, if coupon rate is 8%, required rate is also 8%, that means both are equal. Value of the debenture will be 200 rupees. That is, it will equal the face value, or it is equal to the face value. Although you might be thinking, I have not calculated value at 8%, but that is the home assignment I am giving you. Just try this numerical again and find out what is the value of the debenture at the rate of 8% required rate of return. Parameters I am writing once again for you. Face value is 200. Coupon rate 8%. R is also 8%. M is 210. N is 7 years. Keeping these factors into consideration, you have to calculate value of these debentures which this investor is ready to pay, who is expecting 8% return. I am sure value will turn out to be 200. That is a time tested fundamental. So this is the way valuation of debenture can be understood. I hope you understood the concept. That's all from this class. In next class, we will have few more concepts. Thank you. Stay connected.